Hello, everyone, and welcome to 1v1 with Boss Rush Games. I'm your host, Celeste Roberts. Today, I have the pleasure of interviewing Shelby Marie, a talented cosplayer, model, and streamer. Did I leave anything out? I feel like you do so much.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. I do a little bit of everything.
Oh gosh, I first saw your cosplays. That's how I found out about you, and they are so good.
Thank you. Thank you. I miss it, It's different with, COVID and everything, but it's still, still has a big place in my heart. I love it.
I bet you can't wait to go back to the conventions.
Yeah, no, that is when it's safe, of course, but I haven't seen some of my friends, a lot of my friends, I met through cosplay, and I haven't seen a bunch of them in a year. It's crazy to think about it. It's been a year since I've seen them.
Oh, wow. Yeah, there's something really special about those convention friendships.
For
I
sure.
think.
It's
Yeah.
so easy because everyone has a similar interest. You're not a bunch of people are not going to know what you're talking about. It's just very easy to just be like, oh my God, I love your outfit. I love that video game, or I love that comic book. It's just so easy to make friendships.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure most people listening know what cosplay is, but would you like to share kind of the definition of it or
I feel
just
like
explain what it is?
cosplay's a lot of different things now, but basically it's costumes and portraying a character. You can go to conventions and such, or just do it on your own. I started out just making costumes for Halloween, and one of my friends invited me to a convention, and I became obsessed. So yeah, but and I think a lot of people think, oh, cosplay, you have to make your own costumes. No, you can buy them, you can thrift them, you can do whatever. As long as you're happy and you're enjoying yourself, that's what matters.
Wow. So you make your own costumes.
Yes, a majority of them. So I have some I've thrifted. I have a Joker cosplay, and let's see, that one I thrifted from Goodwill, but I actually got a white shirt and I dyed it orange. So there's bits and pieces I'll add. And then my Ramona Flowers I thrifted, but I made the purse and her big prop. So, you can make it your own, but a lot of my stuff I've completely made.
Wow. So do you
Yeah.
sew and everything?
Yes.
Oh my
Everything. A
gosh.
little bit of everything. I haven't gotten into the foam, the armor work. I really want to. I think that'll be my next step. But as for now, sewing and, making props out of random things, it's really fun. I
I
love it.
bet, I bet you have to be really creative with some of the more unusual props and
Yeah.
costumes.
Yeah. One of my weirdest things is for my arcade misfortune, I have a headset. And it's actually the press on lights.
Yeah, yeah.
It's actually just two of them right here, and I have some stars on it and stuff. But yeah, it looks like a headset, but it's just, some press on lights.
That's really creative. I,
Yeah.
I
You
love
gotta think
that.
outside the box.
Well, how long have you been sewing?
Oh, geez. A while now. So it's something that's been passed down through my family, my grandma, so on my mom's clothes. And I went to sewing classes at our local fabric place, probably around
Hmm.
I'd say maybe the fourth grade. And the first
Wow.
thing we did pillowcases, and then we did patterns with pajama pants, and then it just kind of went on from there.
That is incredible. I'm so jealous of people who have the patience and talent to
Oh,
sew.
it's a lot. There's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears for all of them, but I love it.
So what are some of the cosplays you've done?
Oh, so I'm kind of all over the place with my cosplays. So, um Overwatch, I love Diva. I have a bunch of different Diva cosplays. Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy. My personal favorite is Ari from League of Legends because of the tails, it's just so
Oh,
fun. They weigh 40 pounds. They're very heavy, but I love it. That's my favorite.
what would you say to someone who sees pictures of cosplays and is inspired to get started in it, but they're kind of intimidated because they see all of these great talented people making these cosplays?
Okay, so definitely no one starts off like, big and professional. Like I think my first con, like, I just went and, it wasn't anything big and fancy, but definitely just like you can do anything. Like I feel like the cosplay community is like really welcoming. Like a lot of people, they'll just go like, and, like their favorite, anime t-shirt and, they'll like meet people and stuff like that. But you can definitely like thrift or, you don't have to make a big drastic thing. You can start off small for sure.
Yeah, what inspired you to start cosplaying?
Okay, so I've always been like really passionate about Halloween. I mean, who isn't? Who doesn't love Halloween? That's like everybody's favorite holiday, I feel like.
Yeah.
But I always loved like dressing up. Like even as I got older, like I would dress up still and hand out candy and I would dress up as characters. And like once, I was like Raven from Teen Titans and all the kids love that. So I was already like dressing up as my favorite characters. And then I realized like this is a thing and you can do it
Hmm.
like at a convention with a ton of other people. Like that's just a great idea. Who doesn't want to do that?
And is there anywhere else outside of conventions where people cosplay, or you cosplay?
So I've cosplayed at some gaming events before, like League of Legends esports events. That's really fun. Not as many people cosplay, but a couple people do, and it's just really cool. And especially like if it's, obviously it's like strictly League of Legends, so like everybody is like really thrilled and appreciates it, and it's a fun time. I don't know. I love stuff like that.
So it must be so rewarding whenever people recognize you and get so excited.
Oh,
Like your
yes.
character, I should say.
Yeah, no, it makes my day. I think like probably like I don't know. I love like Harley Quinn and Raven because the kids, like I don't know, I feel like a Disney princess, and I love like letting them like hold my hammers and my mallets for Harley Quinn and they just hold them and they're so excited and they get to take their
Oh,
picture and yeah, it definitely makes it all worth it. It's like one of the best feelings, like one of the most rewarding things about cosplaying, for sure.
oh. Now, I don't know if this is something you've done before. Obviously, right now, people can't do much of anything with COVID, but I know that some people dress as characters and go to children's hospitals. Is that something you've done before or
That's
might?
something I've always wanted to do, but I've never like I know they're like pretty strict. Like you have to like get like they have to check your background and everything and
Mhm.
like, make sure, but I've never had the connections to do that. But I would love to do that. Like that would be like right up my alley.
I wonder if you just have to contact a hospital. I'm not really sure.
I'm not either. I know some people who've done it before and I don't know. But yeah, that's something I would love to do.
Yeah, I've seen some people who dress as Ghostbusters go to different events for sick children and the hospitals. So I imagine that would really brighten their day to see your
Yeah.
characters.
I actually did like it wasn't at a hospital, but it was like a run for a children's cause and they had a bunch of cosplayers go. We went for that and like the kids like and the families were all running, it was just like a little race for the families. And that was really cool. Just that and that wasn't even like in a hospital setting, but that was like really awesome.
Oh my gosh, that warms my heart.
Yeah.
So what are some of your favorite memories from conventions? I mean, I know you've probably been to a ton and they're probably all special in their own way.
Um Well, okay. I don't know. I have like different, I guess, categories. So when I guest at conventions, like some of the coolest things are like being in the green room where like all the voice actors go and like we get to eat with them because, we're cosplay guests. And it's just cool because we're all like normal people, just pigging out, eating snacks, drinking, Red Bulls. And it's just really cool because like, I don't know, it's just they're regular people just like me and you, and it's really cool to witness that. And then at a one convention I guested at, we were doing the cosplay contest. So, we were watching everybody walk by and judging, and someone actually proposed to their girlfriend on stage. So that was really cool. Like I was
Oh.
crying. I'm like very emotional, but I was like, "Oh my God." Like right in front of me. So that was like a really awesome experience. And then probably my arcade Ari. That's like one of my biggest builds. I put so much time into it. It has 9 tails and they have LEDs in them, so they change colors and everything. And I made the outfit as well. And I won Best Hero at Wizard World with that. And that was like, I don't know. I just put so much hard work into it, and that was like really great memory. And like all my friends were in the crowd screaming for me, and it was a great feeling.
Well, congratulations. I know you had to put a lot of time and effort
Yeah,
into
I don't
that.
even know how many hours I put into it, especially the tails. Like it was like I'm not good with like electricity scares me, and I had to like rig all the LEDs and like just figure out like I basically had to like Google and research everything and make sure I was doing it in a safe way because I definitely like did not want to like start a fire or anything. So it was like a lot of research as well, but definitely out of my comfort zone, and I'm so glad I did it. Still my favorite to this day.
That's so cool. So when conventions are safe to go to again, do you have a plan for a certain cosplay, or do you do multiple cosplays if you go for more than one day?
Yeah, so I usually do a different cosplay each day. Some people I know will like rotate, like they'll do different cosplays in one day. I,
Whoa.
however, cannot much respect to them. It's just that's a lot. But so I usually do one a day, and usually like Sundays I'll have more of like, a thrifting cosplay or something not as extravagant, because everyone just kind of, chills out and everyone's looking at the artwork and the vendors and shopping, and it's nice to not be like have huge nine tails walking everywhere on Sundays. But yeah, so I usually do a different one each day, and I have a couple planned right now, um which I'm excited for. I need to start them, but I don't know, it's hard to like start something when you don't know like when it's
Yeah.
gonna happen.
So do you have to be mindful of the weather for your cosplays?
So usually, worst case scenario, I can have like, I always go with somebody. So I
Hmm.
can get like dropped off at the door or something. But like, I have had like, it was Wizard World one year and it was freezing. Like, it was like below 34 degrees. And
Oh my
so I had somebody drop me off in the front, and I'm in my heels just, toting to the convention center. But I haven't had any with rain, thankfully, because like especially if you're wearing body paint, like rain will just remove that. So easy.
God.
But thankfully, knock on wood, haven't had any issues yet.
Because I was thinking about the body paint
Yeah.
aspect.
Oh yeah.
If it's really hot somewhere, like I don't know. I mean, usually conventions are inside, so that's everything's air conditioned. But I know it can get hot in the summer in most places, and oh,
Yeah.
it would be a
But no,
sticky mess.
especially with the body paint, like I have to carry a straw with me. So if I drink something, it has to be through a straw because like I don't want any water to get anywhere. Oh yeah, I have
Oh,
to really be careful with the body paint. Like,
oh my gosh.
yeah,
So that must be so nice at the end of the day. Oh my gosh, I can just be myself again. I can
yeah.
get comfortable.
So funny story. It was of course one day I actually had body paint on. I was headed home from a convention that was like 2 hours away. And so I just pulled off my wig, and I was Raven. So I have this gray face paint. And it's the one time I actually got pulled over by a cop.
Of course.
And yeah, one of my headlights was out. And of course, I was
Well,
like,
what did
I
the
was like,
cop do?
he gave me a ticket. He didn't even mention anything.
Oh,
I was like, no, not even like worth explaining. Like I'm sure he's seen crazier, but I'm sure he's also never just seen like a gray person.
oh, okay. I'm sure in the moment you were mortified, but now you
Oh,
can probably laugh at.
I was like, I already have like bad anxiety as it is, and like with a cop pulling me over, I was like, oh God. But yeah, no, thankfully, said and
Oh,
done with, everything's okay. But I'm sure he'll always remember that.
oh my gosh, it's kind of like he probably got into his car and was like, "Wait a minute."
Is she okay?
No, no. Well, that you bring up a good point, Shelby. Do you find that cosplay has helped with your anxiety and any kind of confidence hesitations you have?
For sure. I've always been kind of like a lone wolf, like growing up, like I was always the odd one out. I was like heavily bullied, and then I eventually wound up being homeschooled. So like even as a teenager, like my only friends were like honestly gaming friends, like my Xbox friends, you know. So going to conventions, I have so many friends now because we all have a common interest. Like I said, it's just so easy to be yourself somewhere where everybody's gonna love anime or comic books or something of that sort. You're gonna have a common ground. So yeah, it's really helped my anxiety. Like, I don't know. My parents even went to one of my panels and they just couldn't believe it. They're like, "Oh my God, like you spoke so well, Shelby. Who are you?" But
Oh,
yeah,
that's
so
awesome.
it's really helped. And I have like so many friends now and I love it.
Oh, I hope anyone listening, I hope you realize that you should just put yourself out there if
Yeah,
there's
and it
something
was
you're
it was
passionate.
definitely scary at first too, like I did not know a single soul besides my friend I went with. And now like every time I go to a convention, I constantly see people I know because you go to so many, you see the same faces. So yeah, definitely like if you want to go, push yourself, you won't regret it. Like it's a great time.
So, what are some panels that you've hosted?
So I've hosted a lot of social media panels just about like engagement and branding, and then I have a wig panel as well. And then I think I have like it's been so long. I have an intro to cosplay. It's where like, like where you can buy cosplays or thrifting or, how to start making a cosplay. So I have that one as well. So I have a little handful, a couple.
Oh, I bet people love those.
Oh yeah, no, and it's really cool because like people will sit there and they'll ask questions and people are like genuinely interested, and it'll be people who've never cosplayed before and they'll just walk in the panels just so they can, learn something or have some new insight about things.
Are wigs difficult to take care of?
Yes and no. It depends how crazy your wig is. If you just have it, if you just have like this, something simple, you can easily just store it in a bag. But like if you have one, I have my Annie wig and like she's specifically styled with like a bunch of hairspray to like flip out
Hmm.
and it's like I don't know, like it can get squished and messed up. So she's like in a shoebox. So, and she just stays in a shoebox because she can't just slide into a bag. But yeah, it depends like how crazy the wig is. But I have like a whole little kind of like cabinet system to where I just have wigs everywhere. I have so many by now.
That is awesome. And so, do you have a room dedicated to all of your cosplays and where you sew and everything, or is it just wherever you can find space?
It's kind of like in different spots. So like my sewing place is like kind of like in our living room and then I have all of like my cosplays in the guest closet. So I have like, a dedicated closet for all of it, which is a lot. You don't think it is, but over time I'm just like I have a lot.
Cosplay is so much fun. I've only done it a few times, but but it's like you say, whenever people recognize you, you feel a little bit like a celebrity.
Yeah.
It's so much fun. And I just thought about this with the body paint. What is the longest time you've spent applying that?
Oh. It's very stressful, especially when you're new to it. Um, Thankfully, I wasn't guesting at this convention, so I did not have to be there exactly when it opened. But I think I started getting ready at like 7 a.m. and I wound up going to the convention at like noon because I had to paint my arms
Oh my gosh.
and like here up and like definitely practice with a body paint a little bit before you just waltz right into it. Because still to this day, people are like, "Oh, Shelby, it looks so great. How do you do it?" And I'm like, I try different things. Like I don't know, it's its own thing. Sometimes it wants to work, sometimes it doesn't, and you have to have like the right amount of water, and it's very stressful. But I love it. I don't do it often because it does take a lot of time. And like I said, it's so easy to remove, like you have to be super careful, but it is beautiful. Like people who do that all the time, like much respect, because it's a lot of work.
Yeah, can you imagine being in a movie, like a superhero movie, and them and having to have that applied who knows how many times a day?
And then like touched up, and yeah, no, I can't imagine. But I'm sure they have like a whole team, and not just one person doing it all themselves.
That would be helpful, I imagine.
Yeah.
That would help.
I'm sure it saves a little bit of time, but I'm sure it's so quick too, I would love to see that. Just, watch, be amazed.
Is that something you would like to do professionally, you think?
Okay, so I love makeup. I don't know, like there's just so many things I would love to do. Like I would love to help like design costumes, like but I would also love to like special effects makeup and stuff like that or just like normal makeup. Like there's just so much I love to do. But yeah, that would definitely be interesting. I would not say no.
Do you watch any people on YouTube or read any blogs that help you with your techniques?
Yeah, so usually I will like before I try something, especially with body paint, I'll like just a YouTube video. No one in specific, like I try to find someone using the same exact product I'm using because I do feel like even different colors of the same exact brand, they will apply differently. It's crazy. So like I always try to Google someone, who's using the same exact color just to see, how they do it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But at least you have a little bit of feedback, something to work with.
Hmm. I follow, or it's been a while since I watched her. I don't know if you've ever heard of Made You Look.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I've watched her stuff a long time ago. I know she has like really cool Harley Quinn body paint. I've definitely watched that one before. And I think she even did like the accent and stuff, which I'm not good at that. People will be like, "Oh, do so and so's voice, do so and so's voice." And I'm just like, oh, I'm so on the spot. Like I'm like, "Oh, I'll try."
Oh, but yeah, that's another good point. I was gonna ask, do you get into character that much, or you kind of just like, oh, I'm me. I'm just dressed like so and so.
Yeah, I'll try to like portray the personality, but as far as voices go, I try to keep my own. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm talented at it as some people are, just so spot on.
Yeah, I imagine that's exhausting
Yeah,
too.
I'm sure it is. Yeah, I bet.
And you also mentioned that you model. So would you like to talk about that venture? Is it related to cosplay or is it completely separate?
So I started modeling, geez, I don't even know how old I was. Probably when I was 16. It just started off with some friends taking pictures of me. And then I wound up working with like local photographers. And then cosplay kind of just evolved with that. I started cosplaying and then it just kind of all came into one. So now
Wow.
usually when I do model, it is like my cosplay. But recently I did a photo shoot and it was just me. It was like a year ago. And I was like, it was kind of weird, because I'm so used to taking pictures and cosplay. I was like, am I cosplaying myself? Like, I don't know. It was just, I'm not used to just taking pictures of just me as myself anymore. But it was nice. It was really nice.
Oh, cool. So is it? I'm sure there are different types of modeling. Is it for like certain products or just clothing?
So most of it, like, they'll try to get like printed into magazines and stuff like
Okay.
that, just to like get their work more known.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and as far as cosplay, it's like mostly to be featured in magazines or to post on your Instagram or their Instagram or yeah.
Okay, that's really cool.
Hmm.
It is it ever nerve-wracking or you're kind of used to it now?
I still everything I do, I still get nervous to this day. I feel like I'll always be nervous, but but I don't know. It's like it's always the same. I start off nervous and then it just takes a couple minutes for me to warm up. And then, it goes away and everything's fine. And like I'll even still work. I usually work with, especially for cosplay, the same photographers. And like I know who they are. I love them, but I still get a little bit nervous at first.
Yeah, I imagine it's kind of an adrenaline rush too, and you're always curious,
Hmm.
what's the final product going to be like?
Yeah. And then especially if like people are walking around, like they're kind of just looking at you and you're kind of just like
Hi, doing my thing.
yeah. One shoot we did was at Dave and Buster's because it was right next door to the convention center.
Hmm.
And so many people were just like looking at me because like they weren't at the convention. They weren't expecting to see a costume like that, but it was kind of cool. It was awesome. It was fun.
Yeah, I love it. I love the stories of cosplay conventions happening at the same time of something completely unrelated to
Oh, I
cosplay.
love it. That's like one of the best things ever.
I know those people probably came in, I don't know, maybe it was something religious or business.
Yeah, I feel like it's usually business and you just really throw them for a surprise.
Well, maybe they went to both. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, or maybe they'll get introduced to cosplay.
Yeah, lawyers like to have fun too, right? Entrepreneurs, all of that.
I'm sure.
And do you do anything, speaking of entrepreneurship, do you do anything business wise with your cosplay? Do you sell any kind of products? Do you make costumes for people?
So I used to guest at conventions, and when I would do that, I would sell prints and
Hmm.
sign them and stuff like that. Um, but as far as making costumes for other people, no. I don't have the time. I feel like now I don't even have the time to make cosplays for myself as much because with streaming, it takes a
Hmm.
little bit more time off my hands. But yeah, no, I have had people contact me to even buy like cosplays I have that are my size, but I don't know. I hold on to them like they're my babies. I'm like, no, I'm sorry, I'm not selling it.
Oh yeah, that would be difficult if you made it for yourself.
Yeah, but I have had people ask me for sure.
I imagine making costumes for people would be difficult, especially if they're not around you and
Hmm.
they have to give you their measurements.
Measurements. Yeah.
Ooh. Do you have to use a mannequin whenever you sew or?
No, so I typically use patterns, and if I
Oh,
I
okay.
usually go a little bit larger. That way, if I need to take it in, I can just easily take it in a little bit on myself, and pin it on myself and go from there. I would love one though, because I'm sure that
Awesome.
helps for people who don't have patterns and are kind of just I don't know how people don't use patterns. Um, it just seems crazy how they make their own. That's always one thing I wanted to do. And maybe one day I will, but like I've even gone as far as printing patterns offline,
Whoa.
which is crazy because it's a lot of different papers and then you have to tape them together, like all the squares, little rectangles of paper, and then cut the pattern. That's a lot of time. But if it's a pattern that's hard to find, because I feel like a lot of people are making their own patterns and selling them on Etsy now. Because I mean, costumes, you're not gonna have a pattern for everything. So it is a lot of time and a lot of paper and a lot of ink, a lot of paper. Like I think it was like something outrageous, like 70 pieces of paper.
What?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh gosh. I
It was fun though. It was different, but I don't think I'll try to not do that again.
Do you make your own clothes too?
No, no, I mostly just stick to I have before, like I've made like pajama pants and like little, casual dresses, but it takes a lot of time and fabric isn't the cheapest either.
Mm.
So sometimes it's just more cost efficient and time efficient to just buy your own clothes.
Yeah, I guess that's why it was a full-time job decades ago, centuries
Yeah,
ago. I couldn't, that's
no.
not me. But you did mention streaming, and is that something new for you, or have you been doing it for a while?
So I started streaming in mid-November of 2020. It's something I've been wanting to do for a while. I just I never had like a nice PC. I always had gaming laptops and stuff like that. So I really had to save my money and build my PC, which was awesome. I love it. I don't know, like building your PC is really cool because you get to pick everything and I have all these cool like colors and RGB and I don't know, it's just like my happy place. I'm looking at it right now and it's just so pretty. But there's so much that goes into building a PC and it's not the cheapest. So yeah, I saved my money for that and I just slowly started buying things like one piece at a time, that way, just slowly. So that took about a year. And in November is when I started. So,
Wow. Did you have anyone help you with the PC, or you're just very tech savvy?
um, I'm I wouldn't say I'm not tech savvy. I am tech savvy. There was a lot to learn though, but I definitely had help, especially building it because I was so scared I was gonna break something because like I don't know, it's just so much money and it's so I don't know.
So fragile.
Yeah, it's so fragile and I don't want to break it. So definitely had someone help me with all of that.
Because I've never built a PC
Oh,
before.
it's really interesting to watch. Like, it is crazy.
Do you find YouTube videos help with that, or you have like a manual that you were following?
Oh, I had someone like I watched someone build it for
Hmm.
me. But I did watch because I was kind of got interested in it as well because I don't know, something new to learn, but they do have like tons of YouTube videos on it.
Oh, I've seen some people building their PCs and they have these beautiful colors
Yes,
in
that's
the
exactly what I
tower.
have. And it's like mesmerizing. I
Oh,
love it.
what are your favorite colors?
Oh, I love someone literally asked me that the other day, and it's very hard for me to pick because I love colors. I'd probably say like yellow's my least favorite color, but other than that, I love colors.
Oh, I bet you have to with
Yeah,
cosplay and makeup and having fun with those kinds of
yes, I love
things.
vibrant colors too. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I love this time of year in the spring because I love the pastels and oh, it just makes me so happy.
And speaking of like pastels, it is insane how much pink gaming equipment there is. Like I have like a pink mouse, I have a pink mic, I have a pink headset, a pink keyboard, a pink desk. So like it's really cool how I don't know, it's not just standard everything's black. Like it's crazy how far, I don't know, things have come to now we can add color to our gaming setups. I don't know, it makes me happy. I love the variety.
Yeah, I love it too. I remember I never had one of these, but do you remember in the, I guess like early to mid 2000s, those desktops with the translucent backs, like orange, pink, green, blue?
I don't know. It was like the back of them.
Yeah, they would be white in the front or gray, and then the back and maybe the tower would be colorful.
Okay.
It was a trend. But it's becoming, I think that was the first taste we all got of it. And now, like you were saying, the accessories are different colors. You don't have to settle for straight up business black or
Right.
navy.
I know it's so no, I haven't seen that, but I'm sure it was a thing. But like even like on YouTube, like they'll have people and they'll be like, "Here's how I spray painted my gaming monitor pink." And like so like even if they don't have it in pink, you can make it pink now. And like I've seen people take apart Blue Yeti mics so they can spray paint them and like customize them like specifically for them. And it's just crazy. Like I don't know. I love expressing when people express themselves, especially like throughout the stuff they have, and it's not just plain. So I love watching that and seeing that and yeah.
Yeah, life's too short to not enjoy your items, your merchandise.
Yeah, I know people might think I'm crazy. They're like, "Oh, you're in your mid-20s and everything's pink." And I'm like, "I don't care. I love it. It makes me happy." You can say it looks like Pepto-Bismol. I love it.
Have you? Oh, please show them that picture of that lady who's, I don't know how old she is, but she has that entire pink house.
Oh, and then like I think she just wears pink clothes and like pink lipstick. Like I love that. I love that so much. I don't know. Things like that just make me happy.
Yeah, I mean, life is so colorful and there's so many beautiful colors. I think it is important that we express ourselves. And sometimes I like to have fun with my makeup. I like to have some days where I wear really colorful eyeshadow because it's something different, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like growing up, like I was always one of the boys. Like I never really got along with girls growing up. I was bullied a lot. So like I hated pink. I was like, oh, pink, that's a girl color. And now I'm like, pink, I love pink. You know? I
Isn't
just yeah.
isn't it funny? Because I think a lot of us ladies go through that growing up, especially if we're more into games and quote unquote traditionally boy toys. Now, I mean, it's different now. Now games are for everybody, and they've
Everyone, yeah.
always been for everybody. They were just marketed differently decades ago, but I think they don't. It doesn't have to be mutually exclusive. You can enjoy video games. You can enjoy sports and still have the softer side. You can still like pink and cute
Right.
things.
Exactly. It's definitely more common these days.
Yeah, and I think that's also just part of growing up because when we're younger, we're so self-conscious, worried about what everybody
Yes.
thinks.
Yes. Exactly. And now I don't care anymore, If it makes me happy, it makes me happy. It's not hurting anybody.
I know. I hope as girls especially, I just want to go back to my past self and say, don't listen to the mean people.
I know. I know. Like little kid me would be astonished to know what I'm doing or who I am today. That's what I like to think about. Like I'd be like, "Whoa, I'm so cool." As a kid, I was like, I don't know. Remember when you're young and you just looked at people and you're like, oh my God, they're so cool. Like, I want to be like that one day.
Hmm.
And it's like, I am like that. Like, happy ending.
Yeah, and I think I don't think people realize how much kids pay attention to everything.
Oh, yes, especially. I'm glad, I don't know, like I still grew up a little bit with social media, but I'm very glad like I wasn't born today because I feel like social media is just so much. And I feel like that's even much harder on kids and especially girls, just
Yeah.
all of the media and this is how you're supposed to look and this is how you're supposed to act and all of that. I don't think it's good at all.
And there are so many apps where you can change your face, I think.
Oh yeah. It's crazy. Technology's crazy. It is insane. But yeah, for sure.
Yeah, social media can be good because you can share stuff about your streaming and your modeling and your cosplay and you can make friends that way. But
Yes.
do you find that you have to take a step back from social media every so often?
Oh, for sure. For sure. Even sometimes like a little bit from streaming, just take a step back, and just game with my friends or, have a weekend with family or yeah, I try not to I feel like I used to be way more involved, especially on Facebook, and I would comment on everything and I would have an opinion for everything and it would
Hmm.
just I don't know, and I just stopped. I took a step back, I just look at Facebook now, you know, not
I'm
involve myself as much.
I'm really proud of you because I've been through that phase too.
Yeah,
And it's hard. Sometimes you feel like you have to defend a certain viewpoint or it's exhausting.
it is. It is. Social media is exhausting. And it's not something I can just completely quit because, I have to promote my cosplay, my
Hmm.
streaming. So I can't just like, go away with the internet and delete all my social media. It's just impossible.
It is. And it's how I communicate with people. I know I told you, like, oh, I got rid of my Facebook.
Yeah, you have to do what you have to do.
It was just so much. And sometimes I worry about privacy. I mean, when I think about those silly quizzes I used to take when I was a teenager, like, oh, who's using this to be used against me
Yeah,
one
the
day?
ones that are like add the street you grew up on plus your favorite color
Oh, what's your social security number, by the way?
divided by 4. That's your new nickname.
I know. And or people, I don't like to put if I'm going on vacation
Oh yeah, for sure.
or anything. Oh,
I've
like,
seen bad stories. Yeah.
oh, like people breaking into people's houses?
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-mm, no, thank you. Oh. But what are some things that you stream? I've caught a few of your streams. It looks like you have a variety.
I do a little bit of everything. My favorite game is definitely to stream and in general is Halo 3. It's just very nostalgic for me, and I don't know. I've played it for so long now. I'm decent at it. So I mostly stream Halo 3, but sometimes, if my friends they'll want to play Overwatch, we'll play Overwatch, or, Left 4 Dead, we'll play Left 4 Dead, or it's kind of like I never have like a set schedule. Like it's never on this day I stream this, on this day I stream that. I kind of just go with the flow, and I think a lot of people like that because then that way they be like, "Hey, let's play this today." And I'll be like, "Yeah, sure. Why not?" Because I feel like uh I built a good community around it now. So, I just basically hang out with them. We all hang out, we all talk, we all have a really great time, and it's awesome. It's fun. We laugh. Like I feel like a majority of the time, especially if I'm like gaming with my friends, like they're just hilarious. Like we're always laughing, we're always having a good time. It just helps you get your mind off of, I guess, like day-to-day life.
You need that release
Yeah.
because everybody works, everybody has stress of some kind, and if you don't have an outlet, some kind of hobby, it's not going to be good.
I know, and especially like now, like, pre-COVID, like I go out to the bars once in a while and, hang out with friends or, conventions. But I mean, you can't do that really now. So it's really nice to talk to people and game with people and just, if someone's having a bad day, they can join our chat and just talk to us, get their mind off things. But I feel like it's really helped with just my social needs in general, because it's like I said, it's just with COVID, you don't get to see people as much as you used to.
So what was it like when you first started streaming in November 2020? What were you nervous? What was like the first game you streamed? Did you tell people that you were going to be streaming? How did you
Okay,
know?
so like I said, I planned it for a really long time, like a year, slowly building things. A couple of my friends streamed, so I told them like, hey, you know, I'm gonna start streaming soon. If you have any tips, this, yada yada yada. So I'd start watching them and stuff. Um, I didn't tell like anybody though, just like a few handful people. So people were really shocked when I posted it because no one really knew, and I was really nervous because it's live. When it's live, I mean, anything could happen, anything could go
Hmm.
wrong. Like you just don't know. Your internet could go out, your electricity could go out. Something could fall. I mean, you just don't know. I've had this, like my backdrop, like my flowers. I've had that fall before, but that's nothing big. I just laugh it off and I keep playing. But so my first game was Halo. I think my first game I played was Halo 3. Yeah, it's just like my comfort game. I love it. And yeah, so I announced it on my social media, and my first stream was a really big hit. I did not expect it to go that well. So it was kind of even more like anxiety filled knowing I had all these people watching me. But it was fun, and it was really great. I could not have asked for like a better first stream.
That is awesome. So the bug bit you after that, the streaming
Yes.
bug.
Yes.
So what are some of your earliest memories of video games? How did you even get into video games?
Okay, so that's a good question. So, I have one older sister. We're completely opposites. We get along though. I love her to death, but we're just different. So like she does not game at all. I honestly don't know how I got into video games. I feel like that's just always been just like a me thing. I definitely had like a Game Boy Advance, and then probably when I was like in the first grade, my parents got me a GameCube, and they got me Smash Bros. Melee and Animal Crossing. And I didn't even ask for Animal Crossing. And now that's like my favorite game in the world. Like, thank God they got me Animal Crossing. It's such a big part of my life now. And my dad, he would always watch me play Animal Crossing. He'd watch me fish, like he'd be so excited when I would catch like a sea bass. And I'm like, it's just a sea bass, but it's a big fish. So he was like always so excited. And that's just like some of my like really like fond memories of gaming. And then, so my sister's older. when she would have friends over, the guys, they would come play Melee with me. So I'd just like basically steal her friends on accident. But yeah, that's how it started. And I've been gaming since.
Yeah, you have a wide variety of tastes with video games, which is really good because you can
Yes.
experience so many things.
Yes. And then I got into Halo because my neighbors across the street, they had Halo. Like I've never played an online game before and it was Halo 3 and they're like talking to these people and they were so cool. And I was like I came home and I was like I want an Xbox 360. I want Halo 3 and so yeah, then I became with my addiction of Halo 3, my favorite game in the entire world.
So what is it about Halo that you love? What tell us all about it.
So I think it's mostly because the nostalgia. So I would play that game constantly with my friends. I made so many internet friends and online friends and like, we were all probably 13, 14 at the time, like very young. And like every day they would get home from school and they would play Halo with me. And it's just something we did like for years. Like I genuinely play Halo 3 with like the same people and I'd meet new people and I don't know, I guess it's just more of like a nostalgia thing. The friendships, the good times, the laughs, the late nights. We'd stay up until like 4 a.m., and it would seem like we were only on there for like a couple hours, just like time flew by. And I don't know, Halo was just that game that really impacted my life, I'd say.
Oh, that makes me so happy to hear.
Yeah, especially since I was like homeschooled, like I really didn't have that social outlet. And that's what basically Xbox Live was to me. It was like my social outlet.
That's awesome. The music in Halo is gorgeous.
Oh, absolutely beautiful.
And I think Master Chief is your favorite video game character of all time, right?
Oh yes, I love Master Chief. How can you not like him? He's tall, he's mysterious. We don't know what he looks like. We love his voice. Well, I love his voice, but yeah, yeah. He's like I'm looking at him right now. He's like my background for my monitor. I literally have a huge Master Chief statue right next to me. I love him. Yeah, I could show him. Do you want me to show him?
Sure,
He
yeah.
has a party hat on and some Mardi Gras beads because I like to make him festive. He's big.
That is a huge oh, he looks I want to party with Master Chief now. That is so
Exactly.
cute.
Yeah, so this is from my birthday stream and I just left it on and this was for Mardi Gras, We couldn't celebrate Mardi Gras, so we celebrated it through stream.
Oh.
So yeah. And he just sits on my desk and he watches me play Halo.
That's awesome. Okay, now have you cosplayed as a Master Chief yet?
No, no. A lot of my friends have Spartan armor, and like I said, I haven't gotten into armor yet or foam, and they look amazing. And maybe one day, I know, like I definitely would want to do Cortana. I feel like, but then again, that's more face paint and body paint. But I would love to one day. Yeah, for sure.
Do you have time to play games as much as you used to when you were younger?
Definitely not. Because I was homeschooled then. So, I just, finished my work real quick on the computer. Because it's not like, when you're in like a public school or private school, you have to sit through class a certain amount of time. So I just finish all my work and game. And now that I'm an adult, I have a job. And I feel like most of the time when I'm gaming, it's because I'm streaming. So I feel like most of my gaming time is when I'm streaming.
So I've seen some people on Twitter talk about this, something really interesting, and I would love to know your feedback and if you've experienced this. They've said whenever they're streaming a game, when they're done with the stream, they might not even be able to recall the gameplay as opposed to if you're focusing on a game without streaming. Do you experience that?
I can see how that can happen. Like, I remember, like, if I think looking back at a stream, I definitely remember, like, really good gameplays or this was a really good game, but kind of like the in-betweens, I don't. It was really interesting, especially for me playing Halo. I play SWAT, and it's very fast-paced. Like, you're playing against other people, and, basically you're you're killing people or you're dying. That's pretty much how it is. So it was really interesting for me to read chat and communicate with people while playing. And now it's just so natural to me. People will come in and they'll be like, "How are you doing this? Like, you just had a running riot and you're laughing and talking about like YouTube videos." And I'm like, in the inside, I was freaking out, but I keep it composed.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
And what would your advice be for people who are considering streaming, but they might be nervous? They don't know what it's like being on camera or interacting with people.
So you definitely don't have to be like me. I kind of started off big, especially with like my setup and everything. Like you can start off piece by piece. I know people who'll stream off of their Xbox Ones. You can definitely start off small. Like, and especially if you don't want to be on camera, you do not have to be on camera. I mean, now they even have like the VR models and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. I mean, it's crazy what technology can do these days, but yeah, you can start off small. My advice is definitely start watching people, making friends because I feel like honestly Twitch is just like a community of friends. Like it's so easy to just jump in someone's stream and talk to them and like become their friend. Like it's very, very easy. And I made so many friends from streaming just because they're like, "Hey, you came in on my recommended channels, just checking you out." And now, I talk to them regularly. But just
Wow.
to watch people and, see how they do things or get advice from them or see what you like or don't like about a certain person's stream and add that to what you would want to do.
Is there anything that you've started doing in the beginning that you've changed that you're like, I don't know if I like how this is going?
Um,
Like a trial and error kind of thing, like, oh well, I don't know if I like doing things this way or
it was more of I guess like technical difficulties, like my mic audio, trying to make that sound better, or like I added lighting and, I just slowly started making things a little bit more improvements. But there wasn't anything I really tried that I haven't liked so far. Everything's kind of been smooth. I do get technical difficulties still to this day. Like you can think you have the best internet, everything's going to work out, and I promise you things will still happen. Like there's been times like my mic just didn't want to work for no reason, or uh my internet, I have really good internet and one day it just didn't want to work. And I mean, things do happen. Like you have to prepare for things not to run perfectly. And I'm such a perfectionist. And I think that's one thing streaming has taught me is to just roll with it. Like it's okay. Like if you have to, pause the stream and start it back up to fix things, it's okay. It happens. Life happens. Everything's not perfect, but it's definitely taught me to roll with the punches.
yeah, that's a great lesson for everything in life because that's I think like one of the funniest things is how we sometimes think we're in control of everything and then something like that happens that humbles us a
Yeah, no,
little bit.
it's really taught me to just, it's whatever. Like, I'll have people be like, "Shelby, your stream's frozen." And I'm like, "It's whatever. I'm gonna fix it after this game. It'll be okay. It's not the end of the world."
Yeah. And now you've also streamed some different indie games, I've noticed.
I love indie games. Even like in my free time, because I don't know, I feel like indie games, you can just get into them so easily. I feel like it doesn't take much time to like completely finish a huge like storyline or something. I don't know. I just love the fun, simple ones like Calico. Calico is so fun. I just started playing a game called I think it's Donut County, but it's so simple. It's like
Oh.
how like beautiful Katamari, you're rolling a ball and you make it bigger. This one, it's
Mhm.
like a hole in the world, and the more stuff like you collect in the hole gets bigger, and you eventually like suck up everything. But it's just, I don't know, you don't have to think too much and you can just play and it's relaxing. But I love indie games. I really do. I have a big spot in my heart for them.
I was playing a little bit of Calico today,
Oh, it's
actually.
so cute. Are you playing it on PC or the Switch
A
or
Switch.
a Switch?
Yeah. Did you play it on PC?
Yes, yes.
I wonder what that experience is like compared to the Switch.
I know, of course, with any game, I know, I felt like there were more bugs on the Switch at first, and but they, of course, that's all fixed by now. But I used to actually use my Xbox controller whenever I play Calico on my PC as well. Like I don't do keyboard and mouse, which I think's really cool. I don't know.
I I really like how relaxing Calico is, and I like how I can devote maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Okay, that's all I have time for today. I don't have to devote hours or like there's this big battle that's going to happen.
Right.
But I do wish that the map were labeled because I got lost.
Oh gosh, that was me like the first time on stream. Like I kept on having to open the map. I'm like, guys, I'm sorry. I'm so confused. I don't know where I'm at. But I love the music too. Like everybody was like, this music's so chill, or like it really fit with like whatever area you're in.
Yeah, if you're in the little like it's like village, nature, forest area, it's very
Hmm.
relaxing, and then the city picks up the pace a little bit.
Yeah.
And can we talk about the cats walking on their hind legs like people?
Oh, especially the breakdancing ones. Like there's this one corner and they're breakdancing. Yeah, that really caught me off guard. But like, oh, I love that game.
It's really relaxing. I hope I'm almost done. I hope I don't know. I don't know when it ends or anything. I don't know if there's like a big finale or
There
anything.
there is, but it's not like how some games it's like game over and you can't play it anymore. You can definitely still play it after you finish the game.
Hmm.
So it's not like a game that just cuts you off and you have to start a new character. But I'd say like telling me where you're at, I feel like you're probably like 60% done.
I am trying to get to the woods, witchy woods, I think.
Okay, so you're like 75%.
Oh, okay. Like there's this big giant cat sleeping and it's blocking
Yeah,
the way
yeah.
to the forest.
So cute. So
Do,
cute.
do you have any pets in real life?
Yes, I have two cats. I have Rocco. I've had him for about 10 years now.
Oh.
He's my good boy. He used to be crazy when he was younger. Like my sister would call him Diablo because he was a crazy boy. And now he's just so calm and sweet and he's the best. Like he gets along with kids, which we never thought he would. We're like, "Oh god, he's gonna hurt them." But no. He like plays with them and it's beautiful. And my newest addition would be a baby. I call her baby cat. She I was not supposed to get her. It kind of just happened. I saw her near a highway and she has like a broken arm. So I was like, I have to bring this cat to a vet, see if it's microchipped because she was so sweet. Like something's happened to this cat. She's gonna, there's woods right there, there's coyotes, there's a highway with cars. Like it's just not gonna end well. So I picked her up, I brought her to the vet, and the vet was automatically like, well, what's her name? What's her name? And I'm like, I just took her here, like, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yeah, but do you have a name for her? So it's like, baby, baby. We'll just call her baby. And apparently she broke her arm and it completely healed that way. So, like, there's nothing they can do about it. And she has she has complete nerve damage from, like, her shoulder down. So, like, she can't feel anything. And she didn't belong to anybody, no microchip or anything. So she's mine now and she's
Oh.
happy. And yeah, and I thought she was a kitten because she was so skinny, and the vet told me she's like 4. So now she looks her age.
What?
Now she's got some meat on her bones, and her arm's fine as long as it doesn't get infected. Like it won't need to be amputated or anything. Which she's an inside cat, so the chances of that happening are very low. But I forget she, has her little. It's like she kind of walks like this, but
Oh, poor baby.
she's just as crazy as any other cat. Like you would seeing her run around, you would never know. Like she does everything all the other cats do.
I love them. I love cats.
I know.
I wish I could rescue all of them. I can't stand
I know.
seeing, seeing sad stories and oh, there's a I haven't watched it yet, but there's a movie or documentary on Netflix called Don't Beep with Cats.
Oh, I can't watch it. I know they show like graphic things, and I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna be like, I can't watch stuff like
No,
that. No, no.
I know
And
it.
like people like
Yeah.
Shelby, it's just for a little bit, just for like, I'm like, I still can't. I'm sorry.
No, and I know it's supposed to have a happy ending, but that's the whole point of it. But I can't watch like those Sarah McLachlan commercials.
Oh, it's
So
like,
what?
here, take all my money.
Oh gosh, have you always had cats in your life, or?
Yes, yes. Growing up, like there was a cat before I was even born in my family, and so like I grew up with her. Her name was Lucky, and when I was 16, we put her down, but she was like 18 at the time. So she was like older than me. Like I literally grew up with this cat. So I've always been around animals. I've always loved animals, especially cats. I love cats.
I love them too. I have two as well. Oh, so cute. They're just, I love it whenever you're sitting down, they just want to sit with you
Yeah, you
as
feel so
well.
special. Like, oh wow, you chose me. Like I don't know. You could be laying over there, but you want to lay on me.
I know. Oh. Well, are there any games coming out this year that you know of that you're really looking forward to and you might stream?
Oh. Um, well, thinking about it now, um, the Nintendo Direct just happened. I'm kind of excited about the new Monster Hunter coming out on the Switch. I think I'll definitely try that out. Um, hmm. I do kind of have a feeling Halo Infinite will get pushed back again just because it's such a big game, and I don't know. I wouldn't want it to be rushed, but I just feel like it'll probably get pushed back again. But I'm excited for that whenever it happens. I'm excited for the new Sanrio Animal Crossing update. I'm very excited for that. I need to go back, play Animal Crossing, pull out all the weeds, make everything nice again. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking forward to as of now.
Oh, I know I was talking to you earlier about how I really hope we can get those Sanrio cards at Target.
So I have them already. Okay, before Animal Crossing New Horizons came out, I've been collecting the amiibo cards.
Okay.
So I have all 400 of them. Not the they have
No.
mhm, they have a RV series. I don't have that one, but like the standard amiibo cards, I have them all, and I have the Sanrio ones. But it was really fun. So I bought like basically, how GameStop will get like the big old boxes of them, and they'll have like tons of packs in them.
Hmm.
So I bought that for every season because they have four series. I bought one of every series, and it was a box of them. So I had tons of duplicates. So when the game came out, people were buying them like crazy. So I was actually selling my duplicates on eBay for a while, and it was super fun because like I would like make it all personalized, like I would like put stickers on them of like the character they bought, and I just had so much fun with that. It was a really good pastime because it was like right when everything shut down for COVID. So it was something fun for me to do, and yeah, and make some money.
And you have the Sanrio ones already?
Yes. Yes.
What? I'm so
Yeah.
jealous.
So they came out for they were originally for the 3DS one, but they're moving them to the it's the same exact cards for the 3DS. So they've
Oh,
been out before. It's just they stopped selling them a
I
couple
did
years
not.
ago.
I
It's the same
didn't.
exact cards. Uh-huh.
Oh, I might have to go into work late that day. I know, I'm really nervous. I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe nobody else in my area will play, and maybe no one else will be as obsessed with Hello Kitty. But
I know. The good thing is though, it's not like you have to buy several different packs. Like one pack is gonna have every single Sanrio card in it.
oh,
So there's no need for like people to buy. I'm sure people will still buy an outrageous amount of packs just to scalp them, but one pack is all you need.
okay, that makes me feel a lot better because I'm not
Yeah.
going to spend like $500.
No, no, you just need one pack and it'll have every single card. That's for the Sanrio collaboration.
I'm so excited. Now, for your island, do you have a lot of custom content you've designed, or do you?
Okay, so it was really fun. Right when it came out, as soon as I unlocked like where you could make your own designs for the clothing, I already started making cosplays. So I have like a Black Cat Diva. I have that dress in there, and then her Chinese New Year kimono. I have that in there as well. So it's really cool because like it's like my cosplays are in the game for my character, and I even made her like the little pink cheek marks for her face.
Oh, I love this iteration of Animal Crossing.
I know. Who would have thought it would come this far?
Do you have a favorite villager or island resident, I should say?
Oh, that's tough. I love all the cats, obviously. Um, I've always had a soft place for Tangy. She's the one that looks like an orange. I mean, an
Yeah.
orange cat. I mean, like a literal fruit orange. She was like in one of my games, probably like I think it was probably my DS. I've had every single Animal Crossing, and ever since then, I'm just like, oh, I love Tangy.
Well, it's a cute character.
Oh,
She's
I love the
adorable.
designs, and like especially some of the newer designs they have for the animals. Like they're just so unique and I don't know, special.
Oh, I love the cat ones. I like the really nice personalities. I can't think of what I don't know. I know they have the terms for the different personalities. It's the ones who are just really sweet,
Yeah, I know they
very
have like the
considerate.
sisterly ones, and then they have like the peppy ones, but they have different names for them too. Like what you call this one, someone else is going to call it a different word. But I don't like the cranky ones. I try to not have any of those. So,
Mm-mm. Did you ever play Happy Home Designer?
yes, yes, I loved that one. It was interesting. I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, this is an Animal Crossing," but I love designing things. Like I'm also like for the Nintendo Direct, I'm probably like the only one who thinks this. I was really hoping they were going to announce Style Savvy for the Switch. I don't know if you've ever played Style Savvy.
Oh,
It's just a really fun, like, retail slash like clothing designer game, and it's so fun. And it originally came out for the DS, not the 3DS, the DS, and they had two 3DS games, and I was really hoping, just like, it's just so much fun to play.
oh, okay. I think I've seen it in stores. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah,
Oh, it looks
it
cute.
is cute. I hate to be all like girly and like but it's really like cute. It's just a good game to pick up. But like, like you said, it's one of those games where you can pick up for like 15 minutes a day and you don't feel like you have to play it for hours and hours. But yeah, I love like anything design related. So like of course it has clothing design, so I love it.
You must have liked, well, I say that. I could be wrong. Were you into the Barbie fashion designer computer games?
Oh yeah, I had them all. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
used to like those so much.
those were the best.
And Barbie Magic Hairstyler.
Oh yeah, those were the days.
I don't know if they make those kind of games as much anymore.
No, I was thinking about that the other day because, like, I don't know if you played Zoo Tycoon. Zoo Tycoon was like one of
Hmm.
my favorite PC games ever, and you can get the second one actually off Amazon because, like, I don't have a disc tray. I mean, not a lot of people do anymore. You just download games now. So, I got it off of Amazon, and I was thinking, like, they don't make the kids like PC games like they used to, you know?
Oh, did you ever play? It was the company was Purple Moon. They had Rocket's Tricky Decision. Rocket Goes to School. Does that sound
No.
familiar? You play
Mm-mm.
as this middle school girl, and it was a way to help encourage girls with, like, decision making and relate to them as they're going to middle school, and you could dig in people's
Oh.
lockers and stuff.
But what? Also, I feel like a lot of that now is on the phone, you know? Because
Oh,
I'll go in the App Store and I'll see kind of like similar games to like I used to play as a kid. And like I feel like everything is mobile now, especially for kids.
do you like mobile games?
Um, Once in a while, like I have to be careful because like I'll just start constantly playing them. Like I love the Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. Like that one was really fun. I played like the Sims ones before, but I don't really have any right now. I try to not get sucked into them.
Yeah, I really don't keep a lot of games. I don't think I have any games on my phone. I tried that Mario run a few years ago.
I remember that one. I didn't play it, but I remember when it came out.
I think it's like you're saying, like I don't want super easy access to a game.
Yeah, because like I try hard not to be that person who's like always on my phone, and like I don't want another excuse to be like, wait, I need to do this real quick. Need to get this achievement. Hold on.
Yeah, I recently played a game that I did not realize if you want to complete it, you have to complete it in one sitting.
What game?
It was the Ninja Warriors. I used to play it on Super Nintendo all the time, and then they had it on sale for $10. They remade it for the Switch, and I was like, oh, I'll just get a password or whatever. No,
Mm,
no, and I don't have 2, 3, 4 hours in a row to dedicate to games all the time.
yeah. And also, I feel like it kind of like, I don't know, if you have to complete it in one sitting, I feel like it kind of gives you a little bit more, I don't know, stress. I know some people like that stress, like, oh, I've got to finish it because it motivates them. But for me, I'm just like, I don't like it. Like, I don't know if you remember the Pikmin games, but like, you would
Mm-hmm.
have so long before nighttime fell, and like, you had to have everything done before nighttime. And like, I remember as a kid, just like running, like, oh my God, all my Pikmin are gonna die if we don't make it soon enough, Just
It's too stressful.
yeah, I feel like that's where my anxiety started as a child.
With Pikmin. Have you played the new Pikmin that came out? Or I think it's a port, I should say.
But they added some new stuff to it. I haven't played it. I played the demo though, because I'll always play like any demo on the eShop. That's how I find my games. But no, I really want to get it though, just for nostalgia.
I mean, I heard it's really fun, and I don't. But if you're telling me there's all this stress with it, I don't. I don't think I need that in my
But
life.
as a kid, it's stressful. As an adult, I'm sure it's not anymore. But as a kid, yeah. But no, I played the demo too, and the graphics are absolutely stunning. Like it's beautiful. It's very immersive.
Oh, I love just admiring games sometimes. Like I don't know if you're a Zelda fan at all. It's okay if you're not.
I haven't played it much. All my friends love it, and like I live through them, but I personally have not played it. I've messed with Breath of the Wild a little bit, but like I can't tell you I know everything about Zelda because I
Oh,
do not.
no, that's okay. That game though is one that I like to just walk around in.
Explore and yeah.
Yeah, because it's so pretty. Are there any games like that for you?
Oh geez. Oh, that's a tough one. I'm trying to think. I know a lot of people weren't too crazy about Cyberpunk, but that had a lot to look at, like
Mm-hmm.
graphics wise. Like, oh no, you want to know what I thought was really good? The Resident Evil 2 remake. Like, literally, like, even the clothing, you can see like all the stitching, and I was just like, whoa, like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
Claire's jacket. Oh my
Yes, the
God.
stitching, you can literally see it. And I was like, oh my goodness, like, wow.
So you're a Resident Evil fan as well?
I I I dabble. I haven't played them all.
Okay. That's okay. There are so many of them.
I know, so many. And I know everybody's excited about the new one with the extremely tall vampire lady.
Yes, yes. Sometimes, so I used to play them a little bit more when I was younger, but now, how are you with scary games? Sometimes they give me too much anxiety.
Okay, so I like to watch my friends play them.
Yes, yes, that's how I am now.
Or like even like huge like I used to go on YouTube, like I would just watch people play them because like I get too scared. Like I bought Outlast, I watched people play Outlast. I barely played Outlast. I tried to. Um, Phasmophobia wasn't too bad though, but that's because I was playing with friends. Like I wasn't all by myself in my room, all alone. They were helping me, or they would die with me, or I'd watch them die, they'd watch me die. But I was really scared. I was really worried about playing Phasmophobia. I was like, I'm gonna hate this. But once you die, it's not that bad. I think it's like anxiety of what's it like when I die, or how am I going to die, or what does it look like, or how
Hmm.
scary is it? And then when it happens, you're just like, oh, okay, I know what to expect now.
I haven't played that one yet, but that one's really popular right now.
Yeah, it's fun. I know like they're still working on it and adding new things, but it's really fun with friends. I wouldn't suggest playing it by yourself.
No, thank you. Well, do you have any upcoming projects or streams you'd like to talk about?
Um, Nothing really planned. I was supposed to guest at a convention last year, but of course, with the coronavirus, that got pushed back, which I'm not even sure the date for that anymore. But once a month, I try to do like cosplay streams. I'll usually announce it on my social media, and those are always fun. People seem to enjoy those a lot just because it's different. It's something different for Twitch. We always have a blast though. But I try to stream like 2 to 3 times a week. Depends on my work schedule. I don't have a set schedule. I really am that person now who just goes with the flow. Whatever happens, happens.
I think that's pretty healthy though, because life life happens, and you said you're a perfectionist, so I'm sure if you, let's say, oh, I have a stream scheduled for Monday at 7, and then something comes up, you might feel bad.
Right. So I usually try to like make a schedule like the week of. Like, so tonight, for instance, it's a Sunday. I will release my schedule for this coming week. So it's like a week heads up or a couple days, depending on the day.
That's awesome. Well, how can people support you?
So, obviously, following me on social media, keep up to date with me. Okay, let's see, where should I start? Facebook. Uh, so I have my cosplay and my streaming separate. We'll do cosplay first. Cosplay on Facebook, I'm Shelby Marie Cosplay. On Instagram, I'm married to Master Chief. And then my socials for streaming will be Gigi Schleby, Shleby. And that'll be on Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, all the works.
Awesome. So if people are listening to your, or are talking about your stream, do you go by Shleby in there? Or do people call you Shelby in the stream?
So it depends. I go with the flow.
Okay.
I wanted to do Schlebby because a lot of my like close friends call me that, and I feel like it's not as serious. I like to have fun. I like to laugh. I feel like Schlebby, you're not going to be like intimidated or Schlebby. Like you can't even say that without letting a laugh. So yeah, I chose Schlebby just because it's like my nickname, and I don't know. I feel like it kind of describes my personality better.
Oh, I think it's adorable. Well, it kind of threw me for a loop because at first I read it as Shelby, and then when I
Everybody
saw,
does. Everybody does. You're not the only one. I've had friends notice they'd be like, "Oh my goodness, I just realized," and I'm like, "You're not the first one, and you won't be the last one."
oh, well, Shelby or Shelby, I should say. Thank you so much for going through what it's like to be a cosplayer, modeling, streaming, games, just everything, all your passions. Is there anything else you'd like to tell people?
Um, hmm. Be yourself, even if it seems hard and scary. Be yourself, because you will find like-minded people who accept you, and like that didn't happen for me until I feel like recently. So just like I don't know, don't give up. You'll find your people, you'll find where you belong. It'll happen. Uh then yeah, just be yourself.
I think that's the, you hear it all the time when you're a kid, but it doesn't really click until you're
No.
older.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. But yeah, no, and thank you so much for having me, Celeste. You're awesome. You're so
Oh, you're so
easy to
sweet.
talk to. I feel like we weren't even doing a podcast. I felt like I was just talking to you, catching up with a
Oh,
friend.
oh no, I love doing these. I say this probably on every 1v1. I love hearing about people's passions and things that excite them. I used to freelance for a local magazine, and that was the focus of things that people were doing or creating. And people's eyes just light up when you're talking to them. So I think it's important. Like you could probably inspire so many people who are afraid of starting something new, you know?
Oh, for sure. And like, I don't know, even if I just like, I don't know, even with me streaming, if I brighten one person's day or if I make one person smile, I'm happy. Like that's what matters to me.
Yeah. Oh, well, thank you so much, Shelby. And I
Thank
look forward
you.
to seeing your streams. I look forward to seeing future cosplays. Maybe I'll see you at a convention when the world is not the world that is right
I hope so. I hope so. I will look forward to that.
All right. Well, everyone, you can find us wherever you listen to podcasts at Boss Rush Games. This is the 1v1 series. And until next time, we'll talk to you later. Thanks,
Bye,
everyone.
guys.